Have you ever stood up in the morning and felt like your legs just weren't there for you? Not pain, no injury, just weakness. That quiet, heavy feeling in your thighs, that wobble in your knees, that hesitation as you push off the bed and wonder, am I getting older or am I getting weaker? Well, here's what most people over 60 never hear from their doctor. By the time you blow out the candles on your 65th birthday cake, you may have already lost up to 15% of your leg muscle without even noticing. And the biggest shock, it's not caused by aging. It's caused by what you're putting in your mouth at 7 a.m. That first bite you take each morning, cereal, toast, even something sweet with coffee, could be slowly draining your strength, your balance, and your independence. But here's the truth I've learned after treating thousands of seniors over 5 decades. You can stop this. You can rebuild. You can feel the difference in 24 hours, starting with one breakfast. If you're watching this and you've ever felt unsteady, even once, I want you to type number 1 in the comments. If you've never felt it, type 0. I still want to know you're here. And if this video touches your heart, subscribe, turn on the bell, so we never lose touch again. Because the fight for your strength starts now. Number 1, you are losing muscle without knowing it, and it starts at breakfast. Let me tell you something that may surprise you. Most seniors I meet are not lazy. They are not inactive. Many of them walk every day. They garden, they take care of grandchildren. They try, but they still get weaker. Their legs feel heavier. Their balance becomes unsteady. They need to hold the railing to go up the stairs. And they often ask me, "Doctor, why is this happening? I'm doing everything I can." Here is the hard truth. It is not just about aging, and it is not your fault. It is breakfast. Yes, the very meal we were told was the most important one. For many Americans over 60, breakfast is the silent thief of strength. Why? Because after the age of 60, your body stops absorbing nutrients the way it used to. You cannot afford to eat sugar-heavy, low-protein meals anymore. Your muscles are in a catabolic state, meaning they are being broken down faster than they are being rebuilt. And breakfast is the one chance you have every morning to reverse that. But instead, millions of seniors are unknowingly starting their day with cereal, toast, or flavored oatmeal. These meals are full of sugar, empty of protein, and cause a spike in blood sugar followed by a crash. This leaves your legs starving, your joints inflamed, and your body weaker with each passing week. I once had a patient named Harold, a retired carpenter in his 70s. He came to see me after 2 falls in 3 months. He said, "Doc, I walk every morning, I eat oatmeal. Why are my legs giving out on me?" When we looked closer, he was eating 2 packets of maple-flavored oatmeal each day. That added up to over 28 grams of sugar. That is more than a can of soda, and just 6 grams of protein. His body was running on a sugar rush and had nothing left to build muscle. He fractured his wrist in that second fall. Took him months to recover. But even worse, he lost confidence. Every time he stood up from the couch, fear gripped him. That is not the future I want for you. I want you to rise with strength, not with hesitation. I want you to feel steady on your feet. And I want you to know that the first bite of food you take each day can either steal your independence or restore it. So let me ask you, have you ever had breakfast and still felt tired or shaky an hour later? Have your legs ever felt heavier in the morning than at night? If so, you are not alone. Comment yes if you have ever felt this way. Or no if this sounds new to you. Because what we are about to uncover next might just change how you eat for the rest of your life. Number 2, the 3 worst breakfasts draining senior muscle every morning. Let's get real about something most people never question. Some breakfasts look harmless. They come in colorful boxes. They smell like childhood. They feel light, even comforting. But for someone over 60, those very foods may be silently robbing the legs of strength, one bite at a time. Let me show you the top 3. And if you are eating any of these right now, I urge you, not with fear, but with care, to reconsider what you are calling healthy. The first offender is sugary cereal. Yes, I know, it says whole grain on the box. Maybe it even says heart healthy or contains vitamin D. But here's the truth no one tells you. Those cereals are often packed with over 20 grams of added sugar in just one small serving, and they give you barely 4 grams of protein. That is like pouring soda over your muscles first thing in the morning. For seniors, that sugar spike leads to inflammation, insulin resistance, and catabolic muscle breakdown. It causes your legs to feel unstable, your joints to ache, and your energy to crash before noon. I had a patient, Martha, who ate a bowl of honey cereal every day for 5 years. She thought it was better than skipping breakfast, but her blood sugar kept rising, and her legs began feeling shaky on the stairs. It wasn't diabetes yet, but it was coming. Now the second hidden danger, white toast with jam or butter. It's easy, it's fast, it feels familiar. But here's what happens inside your body. White bread is stripped of all fiber and nutrients. It breaks down fast into pure glucose. Add jam or jelly, and you now have the sugar equivalent of a candy bar for breakfast, without the protein or minerals to balance it out. You may feel awake at first, but by mid-morning, your legs are shaky, your focus is fuzzy, and your body is already in a muscle-wasting mode. The third worst choice? Pastries, donuts, muffins. I know, they feel like a treat, especially with coffee, but they are worse than you think. These foods are made with white flour, sugar, and industrial fats that inflame your tissues and offer nothing to protect your muscles. Each muffin can contain over 30 grams of sugar and almost no protein. What you think is a light meal is a trap. It lights up your cravings and drags your legs down, slowly. My patient Eli used to say, "It's just one muffin. I've earned it." But that muffin was weakening him every day. So ask yourself this: are you starting your day with foods that heal or foods that harm? Take a moment and comment with the word harm if you've eaten any of these breakfasts this week. Comment heal if you've already made the change. Because what you eat before 8 a.m. might be the most powerful medicine or the quietest poison you give your body today. Number 3, why these breakfasts weaken legs faster after 60. The hidden science behind it. Let me explain why breakfast matters more after 60 than ever before. At this stage of life, your body no longer builds muscle the way it did in your 30s or 40s. That's not a theory, that's biology. Once you pass 60, you need more protein just to maintain the same muscle you already have. And if your breakfast is high in sugar and low in nutrients, you're not just missing out on fuel. You're creating a daily cycle of muscle breakdown. This condition has a name. It's called sarcopenia, age-related muscle loss. And it starts silently. No pain, no warning, just weaker legs, one day at a time. According to the National Institute on Aging, most people lose between 3 to 8% of their muscle mass every 10 years after the age of 30. But the rate increases sharply after 65, especially in the legs. Why the legs? Because they carry the most weight. They are the first to feel the effects of poor blood sugar control, poor nutrition, and inflammation. And unfortunately, the 3 breakfast types we talked about, cereal, toast, and pastries, do exactly that. They cause sharp spikes in blood sugar, followed by steep drops. This roller coaster leaves your legs without stable energy. It increases insulin resistance, which blocks muscle recovery, and it feeds low-grade inflammation, the kind that slowly damages joints, muscles, and even your nerves. Think of it like this. Every morning you wake up with an opportunity to heal. But if the first thing you give your body is sugar with no support, no protein, no vitamins, no minerals, you're sending a message to your muscles that says, you don't matter today. And over time they listen, they shrink, they weaken. They stop firing properly when you walk, stand, or even shift your weight. You might not notice it at first, but then one day you slip on a rug, or you miss a step, or your legs feel like jelly when you try to get out of a car. That is not aging. That is undernourishment. That is a morning mistake. But the good news, it is fixable, starting tomorrow. Have you ever felt like your legs gave out on you? Not from injury, but from nothing at all? Let me know in the comments. Write yes if that's happened to you. Write not yet if you want to make sure it never does. Because in the next part, I'm going to show you how to eat your way out of it with 3 breakfasts that seniors tell me change their life in just days. Number 4, 3 power breakfasts that rebuild leg strength in just days. If your breakfast is draining your legs, then changing it is the first step to getting your strength back. And no, I'm not talking about some trendy shake from the internet. I'm talking about real food, simple ingredients, meals you can make in 10 minutes that feed your muscles, not fight them. Over the years, I've watched patients in their 60s, 70s, even 80s turn their balance, energy, and confidence around in just 1 week. It started with breakfast. Let me show you the top 3 breakfasts I recommend to my patients. The same meals that have helped thousands feel steady again. The first one is eggs with spinach in whole grain toast. 2 eggs give you over 12 grams of high-quality protein. That's the fuel your legs need to rebuild. Add a handful of sautéed spinach, and now you're getting iron, magnesium, and antioxidants to reduce muscle inflammation. Toast it with 1 slice of real whole grain bread, not white, not soft wheat. Look for real grains, fiber, and no added sugar. This gives you steady energy without crashing. My patient Loretta, age 74, switched from sugary cereal to eggs and spinach. After just 2 mornings, she told me, "Doctor, I stood up from the couch and felt strong. I hadn't felt that in months." Second, plain Greek yogurt with berries and nuts. 1 cup of plain Greek yogurt has about 20 grams of protein. Add a few blueberries or raspberries for natural antioxidants. Then sprinkle on a few almonds or walnuts for healthy fats, magnesium, and plant protein. This breakfast supports your muscles, your joints, and your brain. And it doesn't spike your blood sugar. I recommend this especially for people who don't like cooking. No pan, no stove, just a bowl and a spoon. My patient Gloria, age 68, told me she always skipped breakfast. "Nothing sounds good in the morning," she said. I asked her to try yogurt with berries for just 3 days. On day 2, she came back and said, "My legs don't feel like jelly anymore." Third, the Muscle Saver smoothie. If you need something quick, easy, and powerful, this is it. Blend together 1 banana, 1 tablespoon of natural peanut butter, 1 cup of unsweetened almond milk, and 1 scoop of protein powder. That gives you about 25 grams of protein, plus potassium, healthy fat, and hydration. It's easy to drink, gentle on the stomach, and powerful for rebuilding muscle. My 82-year-old patient Donald used to skip breakfast. I gave him this smoothie recipe. 2 weeks later, he was walking with more stability than I had seen in years. So ask yourself this: is your breakfast giving you fuel or taking it away? If you're ready to rebuild your strength from the moment you wake up, comment "I'm in" below, because in just 2 or 3 days, the right breakfast can do more for your legs than a full bottle of supplements ever could. Number 5, the light breakfast mistake that slowly starves your muscles. Let's talk about one of the most dangerous myths I see in seniors across the country. It's the idea that eating light in the morning is healthy. You know what I mean. 1 slice of toast, a little jam, maybe just coffee. Some people skip breakfast altogether and think they're doing their body a favor. But here's the truth, and I say this with love, not judgment. After 60, eating too little in the morning is not healthy. It is dangerous. Why? Because your muscles are already fighting an uphill battle. You're absorbing less protein. Your hormones that support muscle growth, like testosterone and growth hormone, are declining. Your muscle fibers are shrinking with age. When you skip breakfast or only eat carbs without protein, you're not giving your body enough raw material to protect itself. Instead, you're telling your muscles, "We don't need you today." And over time, they listen. They break down. They stop responding. You feel it when you get up and your legs hesitate. You feel it when you walk and your knees feel unsteady. You feel it when one little stumble takes you a week to recover from. I once had a patient, Beverly, age 71. She told me, "I eat light because I don't want to gain weight." But her breakfast was just half a slice of toast and tea. And week after week, she told me she felt weaker. Her legs were sore even though she wasn't exercising. Her balance was off. She needed help getting out of the car. I explained something to her, something I want you to hear too. Losing weight by starving your muscles is not health. It's a trap. You might lose a few pounds, but you're also losing the very tissue that keeps you standing strong, walking tall, and living independently. You see, metabolism doesn't just slow down with age. It slows down when we lose muscle. So the real way to stay lean and energized is not by skipping meals. It's by feeding your muscles what they need. That starts with breakfast, and that means protein first. Eggs, Greek yogurt, nut butters. Clean protein shakes. Give your body a reason to fight for you, not against you. So I ask you, are you eating light or are you eating right? If you've ever fallen into the just coffee and toast trap, tell me honestly in the comments. Say light if that's been you. Say strong if we're ready to change that tomorrow. Because real strength doesn't come from eating less, it comes from eating smart. Number 6, what happens after 3 days of eating the right breakfast? Let's imagine something simple but powerful. What if 3 mornings could change the way your legs feel? I've watched this happen again and again, not in months, not in years, in just 3 days. When you feed your muscles what they need, real protein, healthy fats, anti-inflammatory nutrients, your body doesn't take long to respond. On day 1, most of my patients report feeling a little more stable. Not perfect, but something clicks. They stand up more easily. Their steps feel a bit firmer. By day 2, the morning fog begins to lift. They don't feel as drained before noon. Their legs aren't shaking after walking across the kitchen. By day 3, something surprising happens. They start to trust their legs again. That's the power of the right breakfast. Now, don't misunderstand me. This is not a miracle cure. This is not magic. This is biology. It's what your body has been begging for. Nutrients that repair tissue, balance blood sugar, reduce inflammation, and restore muscle energy. I remember a patient named Thomas, 73 years old. He had been using a cane on and off. He thought it was age. But we changed just his breakfast. From cereal and toast to 2 scrambled eggs, spinach, and a slice of real whole grain bread. On day 3, he said to me, "Doc, I walked to the mailbox and back without reaching for the wall." That hasn't happened in months. That is not a small win. That is freedom coming back. It doesn't take a gym membership. It doesn't take expensive supplements. It doesn't take a radical diet. It just takes 3 days and a choice. So ask yourself, what would it feel like to wake up on the 3rd day, stand up, and not hesitate? What would it feel like to trust your legs again? If you've ever doubted that change is possible, I want you to comment 3 days. And if you've already tried one of these breakfasts and noticed a difference, share it. Someone else out there needs your story today because someone is watching this wondering if it's too late, and you can be the reason they believe again. Number 7, why muscles disappear even if you walk every day. One of the most common things I hear from my patients is this: "Doctor, I walk every morning, I stay active, so why do I still feel weaker every week?" And I understand that frustration. You're doing the right thing, you're moving your body, you're trying, but your legs still feel like they're giving up on you. Here's the truth that no one tells enough. Movement without nutrition is like building a house with no bricks. Yes, walking helps. Yes, movement keeps blood flowing and joints from locking up. But if your body doesn't have the nutrients to rebuild muscle, especially in the morning, then every step you take is just burning through what little strength you have left. It's like driving a car with no gas in the tank. Eventually, even the best engine will stop. After 60, your body enters a state where it needs more protein and more muscle-building nutrients just to keep up. If all you eat in the morning is toast or fruit, your muscles are being broken down faster than they can rebuild. That's why I've seen patients who walk 5,000 steps a day, but still end up needing a cane. Their legs aren't weak because they didn't move. Their legs are weak because they weren't fed. Let me say that again. Your legs are not tired from too little movement. They are tired from too little nutrition. And most often, that starts with what you did or didn't eat for breakfast. Take my patient Raymond, age 76. He walked his dog every day. He thought that was enough. But over time, he started feeling shaky when standing for too long. Getting out of a car took effort. Going upstairs made him short of breath. When we looked closer, his breakfast was just orange juice and a slice of toast. No protein, no muscle support, no anti-inflammatory protection. We added just 2 scrambled eggs and a handful of spinach to his mornings. Within 1 week, he told me, I can feel the difference. My legs aren't shaking when I pause to tie my shoes. That is what I want for you. Because walking is wonderful. But walking alone is not enough after 60. You must move. Yes, but you must also nourish. So ask yourself, are you fueling your movement or just hoping it will carry you? Comment fuel if you're ready to support your strength from the inside out. Because the best thing you can do for your muscles is feed them before you ask them to work. Number 8, your legs don't need a gym. They need the right fuel at the right time. Let me say something that may surprise you. Your legs don't need a gym membership. They don't need squats. They don't need hours on a treadmill. After 60, your legs need something far more powerful. Fuel at the right time. I've seen seniors push themselves at the gym, walk every day, even do yoga, but still feel weak. Because you can't build strength if your body has nothing to build with. Think of your muscles like a construction site. You can have the best workers, movement, motivation, discipline, but if no one delivers the bricks and steel on time, nothing gets built. And that delivery window, it opens the moment you wake up. The first 30 to 60 minutes of your morning is the most important time of the day for muscle repair. Why? Because you've been fasting overnight. Your muscles are empty, hungry, vulnerable. This is when the body will either rebuild or continue breaking down. That's why breakfast matters more after 60 than it ever did before. This is not about how much you eat. It's about what and when. If you give your body protein, healthy fats, minerals, and hydration during this window, you activate something powerful. Muscle preservation. You lower inflammation. You stabilize blood sugar. You switch your metabolism from catabolic, breaking down, to anabolic, building up. It's not the gym that gets you stronger. It's the plate of food you choose first thing in the morning. My patient Maria, 79 years old, thought she was too old to get stronger. But when we fixed her breakfast, eggs, avocado, and water, she said something I'll never forget. Doctor, I feel like my legs woke up again. So let me ask you this. What are you building or breaking before 8 a.m.? Are you waking up and starving your strength? Or are you feeding it? Comment, wake up strong if you're ready to fuel your legs the moment you rise. Because the gym is optional. But giving your body what it needs, that's essential. If you've stayed with me this far, it means something important. It means you care. It means you're not giving up. It means there's a part of you, no matter how tired, no matter how shaky, that still wants to stand up, walk forward, and live strong. And I want you to hear me clearly, from one human being to another. It's not too late. I don't care if you're 60 or 78 or 85. I don't care if your legs feel weak, if you've fallen before, or if you've been told that's just aging. It's not. Weak legs are not your destiny. They are a signal, a wake-up call. And today you answered it. You learned how breakfast can either build you or break you. You learned that protein isn't just for athletes, that walking alone isn't enough, that food is fuel, and fuel is medicine. You've learned that in as little as 3 days, your legs can begin to trust you again. So now I have just one question. Will you trust them back? Will you stand tomorrow morning and feed them like they matter? Because they do. Your legs are your freedom, your balance, your independence. The key to holding your grandchild, to get out of bed without fear, to live on your terms. But you must act, not someday, not when it's convenient, now. So if this message touched you, I want you to comment below, I'm ready, because that one comment might be the start of your comeback story. And if you're truly ready to take the next step, the one that goes beyond food and starts building real, lasting muscle, then don't miss my next video. Goodbye muscle loss, the only 5 exercises you must do after 60. In it, I'll walk you through 5 specific movements you can do at home. No equipment, no gym, to bring strength back into your legs where it matters most. You've started feeding your muscles. Now let's teach them how to move again. Click the next video. Your strongest days are still ahead. Let's go get them together.